Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is good to have you. You may have seen this particular car in one of my previous videos. This was the Alpine A522, that of Fernando Alonso in the first race of the 2022 Formula One season, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Remember, I had a lot of questions about, why they highlighted this race, and for a race that he had a DNF due to mechanical failure. They had this rather nice packaging done by, I think they call it Formula 7 or something like that. And it's a really, really nice car, very spectacular, really cool casting of him and his steering wheel on the front of it. It's really, really neat. I also got the sister car of that same season, although be it as Spark does, this one in regular packaging as a standard release on the Austrian Grand Prix, and that of, I believe it is Esteban Ocon. And folks, since I went over, all the details of the car and everything else in the first video, I won't bother that with this one. I'll just show you the car and go over the packaging and everything that came with it. Anyhow, this is a 143 Spark model diecast. It is resin. It's mounted on this gray base, unlike the red one on the previous car. And this is a standard issue. It comes with the 2022, noted box with the BWT and the Alpine colors on it. Really, really nice. It's a slipcase with two open sides, and the back of it has BWT-Alpine on it. And if you take a look at the bottom of it, it has all the mini-max and the licensing and the stuff that you kind of expect. And it also comes with a pit board. I'll show you here. I have not even taken it out of the wrapping yet. I'm going to do that now. I'll display it and put it next to the car here in just 1 second. Anyhow, this is what it looks like with the pit board on there. It's not as nice as some of the other ones I've seen that they've done, but the model itself is rather spectacular. I personally, I just love this. I love this livery that they have of this. I think it's just really neat with the blue. And of course, this being a Spark model, even in 143 scale, it just looks spectacular. The front wing is a nice example. As you can see, the carbon fiber trim you have along carbon fiber parts of it. The rest of it is painted BWT, and they paint it in a way that it looks like it actually has, 4 different parts of the wing, when it's not. It's just paint. But the eyes trick you, and it is just that. The rest of the car is, I hate saying this, but it's what you expect with Spark. Spark I think they do a spectacular job. The things that I think they do better than mini champs are the bases, and the fact that you don't have something in the back of it where you can see my hand, where you can't even see the other side of the car, which I just absolutely hate. I like the way Spark does this because you can keep that little back part if you want it. If you don't, you just remove it from it, and you don't. You're not stuck with a plastic base covered in cardboard that's really crappy looking. To be honest with you, I just hate mini champs at 143 scale. I really do. I only own 3, and that's the only 3 I'm ever going to buy. The other thing I like is the fact that all your aerials are dainty and petite, as they should, because that's how they are in real life. The detail of the wheels and the tires look good. Granted, from some of the reviews I've seen in mini champs, they do a better job on tire details than does Spark, and that may be true, but quite frankly, this is enough for me. You take a look at this, and you look at the carbon fiber trim, the paint job, the decal work, and it really is quite exceptional. You take a look, and this job, I thought they did, or this particular one, I thought they really did a really good job of cabin details with the steering wheel and everything else, and, naturally the look of Esteban Ocon's helmet, I think, is really neat in the pink fire suit that he wears. And I really like the design, the color of this particular car. I think it is really, really neat. I think they do a phenomenal job, with the support struts I think that's for porpoising. Like I said, of course, it's got that pit board. They've got the back of the car is it's what you expect from Spark. The carbon fiber detail on all the suspension structures look really, really good. The exhaust looks menacing. I think they do a good job with the diffuser and the rain lights on it. And the thing that I like about Spark is I can turn around the other side and I can see the car from the other side. I can't do that with a mini champs model. And it's the one thing that I always have against mini champs, other than the fact that I think the bases are absolutely ugly and terrible looking, unless they do not have that checkerboard pattern, in which case they're just cheap looking instead of ugly. Anyhow, But here's a good, cool look at the side of this car, and yes, I am a Spark snob. If you've asked that, I will admit that I am just that, because they just do a really good job, and I've really never regretted any Spark purchase that I've ever made, whether it's Formula One or more commonly the sports cars that I commonly have. And guys, I think you'll admit this is just a really, really cool and a good looking model. So here you have the two of them together. And it's obvious they're the cars from the same season. They've got the exact same livery. They are just different, and that this particular one was part of what Spark calls their 7 collection. I think that probably has to do with the folks that I suspect made the figurine, as well as the base and the special packaging that was wrapped in. The other one being your standard Spark issue, and it's an absolutely spectacularly cool looking model any way you look at it. I love them both. Hope you've enjoyed it, as I enjoy sharing these with you. These are, quite frankly, 2 of my favorites in my Formula One collection so far. And guys, I've got about 15 cars you haven't even seen yet. In fact, virtually every car, I think, except maybe 2 or 3 of the 30 that I have backed up are Formula One cars. So you're going to be seeing a lot of Formula One coming up next. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. See you next time.